Hey John, what am I
Hi.
look? Hey, what am I looking at?
This is it's called the Blue Marble. It
Yeah.
is produced by NASA, and it's a realistic view of the Earth as if you were out in space looking at it. So all the colors are correct that you see the whites, the blues, the green, the browns. It's just
Hmm.
exactly like if you're out in space looking at the Earth.
What about other planets? Do you have some of that?
Yeah, we actually have all the planets in the solar system, plus many of the moons of the other planets. So, for example, this is Mars, and
Wow.
see some of the features, and you can. The app allows us to spin it around so you look at different parts, different areas. So, like the southern hemisphere or the northern
Oh,
hemisphere.
is that Olympus Mons?
Olympus Mons, yep, right there.
Awesome.
Olympus Mons. I can even point it out for you. So first thing you gotta do is position you, let the computer know where you're standing. So I'm standing right there,
Okay.
and then I can have a pointer and point to things like
Uh,
Olympus
like
Mons.
you're making a presentation.
Yep. Or I can even circle things. Let's see. We also have. So there's a kind of a neat way you can use the app to look for different things. So there's a data catalog. So you can come in the data catalog and I'll clear it. And then you can search for other things. So for example, if I want to look for the moon, I can do the moon and search. And then anything that has the word moon in it shows up
Hmm.
in the search. And like for example, our moon.
Wow.
Yeah, I can spin that around and look at different areas of the moon. I can also go back and, like for example, this is a moon of Jupiter called Io.
And you're controlling it right now when you're doing that. You're spinning it
So I'm
around.
controlling it with the app, so it allows me
Okay.
to spin it up or down, left or right, different
Okay.
directions.
But it spins
Um,
automatically.
and it spins. Oh, it rotates automatically.
Okay.
So when you start the data set, depending on which one it is, it may or may not start rotating automatically.
Hmm. So
Like for
I have a question. The full system is actually like a full sphere with four projectors, right?
the full system, right? Um, the standard system has a 6 foot diameter sphere with
Okay.
four projectors that surround it
Mm-hmm.
at 90-degree angles. Here in our showroom, because we have limited space,
Mm-hmm.
we have set up a half a sphere, a hemisphere that's mounted to the wall with a black background behind it, and then we're only using two projectors um, for this one, just because the space in the showroom is too small to have a full four projector system installed.
Okay. What makes this installation different than other installations and exhibits at other museums?
So, like, if you're talking about the type of the system,
Yeah.
this uses a sphere that's in the center of a room,
Mm.
and the projectors are on the outside, so they're actually projecting onto the surface of the sphere.
Okay.
Whereas some of the other systems have a internally projected sphere, so that's like one projector that's um, projecting on the inside.
Oh. What I mean, what are the advantages to having this sort of system versus like
Um,
an internally lit globe?
so, a couple of the main advantages to the external projector system is that you get much higher resolution.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot brighter. You have a lot nicer color saturations. So all the colors pop. You get nice reds and blues and yellows.
It's
And
pretty.
it's a lot sharper.
Yeah, it's pretty massive too. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and we have all different sizes. So we have a 4 foot, 5 foot, and a 6 foot
Hmm.
diameter sphere. We also make custom sizes. So if you want something that's larger, and we also have an inflatable sphere that we use.
Do you hang that one too?
We actually can hang it, or we have a stand that we can put it on.
Hmm.
So we have a system called the Quick Deploy that allows us to take it out and install it very quickly, and plus a lot easier to ship because the sphere only takes up like a 2 foot shipping case as opposed
Okay.
to like a 6 foot crate.
Yeah. Can you show me your favorite data set?
Yeah, I have a few favorites. One of my favorites is a real-time data set.
What do you mean by real time?
So the system is designed to pull in real-time data so you can show current events or things that are happening right now or within at least a couple hours. And so, for example, there's one called earthquakes. So this is real-time earthquakes. So this is showing actual earthquakes as they're happening now, and it's global data, so you can look around the world and see different areas that are having some areas having very few earthquakes, and of course a lot other areas like up near Alaska. Up in this area, you can see there's a bunch of earthquakes happening.
Yeah, I
all
think
the
I heard
time.
about that.
And another kind of cool.
Is that a timestamp right there?
Yeah. So, yep. There's a timestamp that's showing
Oh, it's counting. It's
counting forward. So it starts
Okay.
about 30 days back and then goes to present time within a couple hours, about 2 hours of the actual time.
Oh, okay.
And there's another one I could show you called, this is just regular real-time weather. So this is global weather. And you can see there's a timestamp. It starts the same way. It starts about 30 days back and it goes into the current time. So if you move around the Earth, you can come into like North America and see how the weather, what the weather's like right now. So it starts 30 days back, but I can fast forward it.
Is this using like generated graphics or is this satellite images?
These are satellite images
Okay.
that are produced and pushed out by NOAA.
Hmm.
So if I go to the current time, so this is as of today. So you can see it says 12/7, and it's 1845, which is GMT time.
Okay.
So I think that's about +6 for our time here. And you can see what the weather looks like right now around North America. And you can go around and look at other parts of the world. So Australia or over towards like India.
How many of these have you installed?
I've installed about 140 permanent systems, and probably over the years installed temporary or traveling systems, about maybe 50 of those. So
Wow.
somewhere around 190 systems. Get that started up again. And let's see. show another couple other ones that are pretty cool. So there's um, this one's called air traffic. So it's showing what these are all those dots, moving dots, are airplanes,
Oh, okay.
and it's showing the movement of airplanes over a 24-hour period.
Hmm.
And then they also see there's a timestamp called day-night terminator coming around. So you see that's 12 noon coming across now, and then it'll go into the evening. And I'll show you an example
That's a lot of planes over Europe.
of Europe. Yep, Europe, and then you can see as we go back over to North America in the early morning. So 6 a.m. all of a sudden everything explodes,
Mm-hmm.
and all these airplanes are taking off, and you can see they're doing a lot of going towards Europe. And you also notice that there's a whole bunch, if you notice, up in this direction coming from Europe towards the U.S. Another kind of cool example, another one called night lights. So this shows the Earth at night, and you can see where the light is escaping into space. Like some good examples can show you, like for example, here's the Nile River. Of course, Europe is well lit. It's also interesting if you look at India. You see how well lit India is. Almost really the complete country is lighting, and you can even compare that to if you look at the U.S. There's a lot of light.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of a division, like about halfway through
Mm-hmm.
the U.S., where it kind of starts to be a little less populated. Another one called sea surface currents.
Mm.
So, for example, this is we have the Gulf Stream that comes up across along the east coast of the U.S. And if I do one called sea surface temperature, you also see again the Gulf Stream as it comes up through the along the east coast of the U.S. Yeah, this is another data set. It's a 2005 hurricane season, and this is the season that Katrina came across into the Gulf and then towards which ultimately caused all the flooding in New Orleans. And then we have the overlays here I can show you. So I can put some borders. I'll do white borders. Help you see
Oh yeah, that helps.
where things are. And in a moment here, you'll see Katrina starts kind of over here, kind of comes across south of Florida, and then it builds up energy in the Gulf, and then that's where it kind of slams into Louisiana and New Orleans.
John, I have a question. What kind of places have a science ionosphere usually?
Mostly science centers
Mhm.
throughout the U.S. and also around the world, and planetariums. There's some educational facilities such as universities, high schools. There's even an elementary school, and but mostly science centers.
Okay. That's pretty impressive. Can you take us back to the blue marble again?
Sure.
And this is just a static, like, frozen image, right?
Just a static
Okay.
image, yeah, of the Earth, but it is like kind of a composite where they took um, shots of different days to get the colors of the continents, and then different shots to get the cloud cover.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, John.
Welcome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Bye.